nkrofo be ku yen emogbe oye oto emogbe oye oto emogbe oye oto
Oh, goodness me.
Charlie, look.
Charlie, but Captain, will take Captain coach?
I not see some before. Word black Captain.
And it's talk.
Match for win.
You the way funeral
Shadago.
Why you no go? Why you no go?
If I left the team, if for come out, this one nobody for sack up. You know if for resign then go. I sure.
Charlie, let's roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 20 years, Ghana football is at the bottom of the pile. When 4 countries were doing Afcon, we were there. When 8 countries were doing Afcon, we were there. When 16 countries were doing Afcon, we were there. 8 to 12 countries, we were there. 16, we were there. Now with 24, more than half of all the countries on the continent will be at the Afcon. Ghana, football nation, Ghana. We are not part of the top half of the countries in Africa in football.
Below the red line.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Below the red line.
What?
In the past 5 years, we went to 2 Afcons. We didn't win 1 match. We are at the bottom of the pile. Black Stars are suffering. Black Queens are suffering. Black Princesses are suffering. Black Starlets are suffering. Black Galaxies are suffering. Black Stars are suffering. Black are suffering. Black Maidens are suffering. Black everything
are suffering. Everything
is suffering. Are suffering.
Are suffering. Are suffering. Is suffering.
Black Stars are suffering. Black Meteors are suffering. Black Satellites
are suffering.
Black Starlets
are suffering.
Black Queens
are suffering.
Black Princesses
are suffering.
Black Maidens
are suffering.
Black Galaxies
are suffering.
Ghana Premier League
is suffering.
Oh, Kaji ina auto ikemusuela mi. Ara ozade. Awo ti ado wa gbe Ilé ni macho ike Black Stars ya pe. Ilé ni macho ike Black Stars ya pe. Ilé ni macho ike Black Stars ya pe. Aye, Ozan. Ghana.
Yeah, destroy everything.
Now Afcon is over. Oh, Jesus Christo. All right, guys.
Charlie,
calm down. Okay, coach, calm down. You were too hyper. Calm down. Okay, calm down. Guys, share the link. Okay, share the link in your WhatsApp group. Share the links. We're about to spoil there. Share the links. Today we'll do like 1 hour. Share the links. Okay. Share the link. We're up to like 450 viewers now. We want like... Hey, Nigerians are coming into the live view.
I said Nigerians are saying hi to you. You.
Jesus Christo.
Okan Lawon. Tawhid.
Olugbemi Tawhid. The same one. Charlie, maybe about my way. Olugbemi Lage.
Oh, Charlie. Coach.
Shout out to Cove Town, babe.
Hey.
Nana Kwesi Dati. Emmanuel Opoku Ajman. Hussein Abdul Mumin. Derek Apia. Mohamed Kamel Kasim. Aaron Amwa, Sharon Amwa, Indigo Wele, Rodney Eshen. Shout to all of you. Okay. Paul Bright, Jeffrey, Peter, Mubarak Abdullahi, Sami Bobobo, NS Mensah, Sharaf Awal, KB, RG. Shouts to all of you. Raphael Kote, Joshua Holotu, Richard, Charles Hawkins, Prince Hamwa. Shouts to all of you. Forgive me if I murdered your name. Forgive me if I murdered your name. All right, guys. Let's put this into perspective here. We have 1 hour in this.
Coach, you won't cross the lane.
I know they look. They heavy for you. Okay, everybody cross your legs.
Cross your legs, simple.
Chicken E. Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Tairu.
You don't they suffer.
Put her now. Put her. If you get me, put her now.
I will not take that slander. Okay.
So let's crack it. Let's crack it.
Listen, the point is this. We finally have confirmation. Guys, give me tissue. Many hear me out.
Charlie, tissue no dey.
Oh God.
You did cry.
I did cry.
You're tearing. Please don't cry.
Don't be emotional. Don't be emotional.
You see that video we did?
Honorable, don't be emotional.
You see that video where Honorable Mustafa Hamid they talk say we must save the country. We can't go to
well, I will rescue this country.
When somebody came back say, Honorable, don't cry. If the country for back somewhere they kill me.
Unless that you go make you cry more.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
That was the cue to cry.
That time they last you for school, Charlie, you pay me hard guy. Then don't cry, Charlie.
That's the cue to cry.
If you go make
Don't cry, you know.
Oh, God.
Coach, you shock you,
Charlie.
Oh, but you no shock.
No, I knew it was that bad. But you see, reality is now beginning to dawn on me that we would actually not be at the Afcon.
See, you know when to hit you even more. Next year, December,
Yes.
when the competition starts.
They say, hey. Look.
All right, guys. The reality is here. We will not be at the Afcon next year. It's confirmed. We are bottom of the table. 4 matches. No win. 2 goals scored. -3 goal difference. In a group with Angola, Niger, Sudan, Ghana have 3 points.
Last Pepe.
That's where we are. Now, to put matters into perspective, only Angola has qualified in that group, by the way. Our failure to beat Angola today does not mean Sudan have qualified, but it does mean that Sudan have their destiny in their own hands. All they need to do is to avoid defeat against Angola and they're through to the Afcon.
Or avoid defeat against Angola, or hope that they can still lose and Ghana beats Niger.
And Niger don't beat Ghana.
And Niger, and Niger doesn't beat Ghana. Even if they draw.
So their best case scenario would be to avoid defeat against Angola, and they'll be through, straightforward. But Niger can still go through, even after losing, depending on whether or not Ghana beats Niger. So Ghana can win against Niger, and Angola will beat Sudan, and then Sudan will still qualify. So in other words, the scenario that existed before this international break, which was that Sudan would lose both of their matches and Ghana would win both of theirs to throw up the only scenario in which the Black Stars qualify. One half of that scenario could actually still play out, the one that we don't control, and then the one that we control doesn't play out.
That's already happened.
Yes.
The second half.
So Sudan could actually end up losing both of their matches, like we said, was impossible to happen.
And still go through.
And still go through. And Ghana, who would have also gone through if they had also just won both of their games, would not qualify. That's how bad. Wow. Because when we threw up that scenario at the beginning, what many people thought was impossible was Sudan losing both of theirs. For many. But for the realists, the real issue was whether or not the Black Stars were capable of winning their two games.
I mean, many said it. Sudan can go on and lose their 2 games, but the question was always,
can we do our part?
Can Ghana take advantage of it? And at the first time of asking, the answer is absolutely no. And tonight proved it.
We'll talk about the whole qualifying series, but let's talk about the game itself. We scored a brilliant goal. Even up until the goal from Jordan Ayew. It's a fantastic goal. He's 29 for his country, 9 this year alone. I think the highest in the calendar year for Ghana in history is Jan 10, I believe, in 2010 or something like that. So Jordan is pretty close.
So this is the last international break.
And even before the goal, to be fair, we didn't have a shot on target, and Angola were the one that were pushing. After the goal, it became even more apparent who the better team was. That was Angola. We gave away a cheap penalty, saved by the goalkeeper, and they had chance after chance after chance, kept pushing, made changes in the second half, got the deserving equalizer, should have scored the winner.
Look, the scoreline isn't the true reflection of the game. It flattered Ghana.
It did.
It could have been bad, like it really could have been bad. And on the night, if Ghana was going to get a goal, it was going to be out of something special. And that is why the Jordan goal had to be special. Because it didn't look like the team was set out to fashion out a way of getting past Angola. The team, in my opinion, had only one thing in mind: to avoid conceding. And even that, they did it poorly. But whenever the team crossed its own defensive line, I'm talking about Ghana, and going to midfield, there seemed to be no plan to it. And once the front men had the ball, it's almost as if Otto told them that I'll do some magic. Yeah. That is the vibe I got. Like, when teams have proper, systems and tactics when they are in the offensive, what I gather from Otto's team when they're in the final third is that, shall I do something? Kudus. Like, yeah, Kudus, so sure. Jordan, you go do something. Like,
vibes.
Like, can you make something happen?
Right.
And that is the exact thing we saw today. Look, Jordan goal was brilliant. It was out of this world. It's one of the. I'm not sure he tried the ball better than that. Like any free kick better than in his whole career.
Probably the best goal.
It was brilliant. Like the ball of. You see, the ball went so high over the wall, and for me, what was brilliant about it was dipping while curling away from the goalkeeper. Yeah. And it's difficult for any goalkeeper to judge the flights of such balls. If the ball is dipping and it's dipping in a straight way or it's in a straight line, it's easier to judge it. But if it is dipping with curl, you cannot mathematically, you can't even predict the angle of decline, like the dip into the back of the net. So the goalkeeper was stretching but wasn't reaching it because while he was stretching, the ball was still curling away from him. And then you couldn't also predict the height because it was dipping and dipping awkwardly. So everything about the free kick was special. And that was the best moment in the game offensively for Ghana, right? Yeah. Now, first off, Otto's thinking of playing the back three with the personnel he chose to play the back three was questionable.
Very, very questionable.
It was questionable. Because this is not a system or style that we've seen Otto use in more recent times. And even if he has, this team looks new because players were not going to form relationships. Players were not going to find a chemistry of playing together. So for me, I'm thinking you go to the basics. I'm thinking you do the very basic things. Now, the only center back in that game was Razak. And I thought Simpson. I think individually as a player, he was good. But in the system in which he was playing, again, the reason why we saw a lot of him was because of how poor the system was. The reason why we saw a lot of him was because of how poor the system was. And the first thing that was terrible about Otto's decision to play that system was playing Isaaku, thinking that he could trust Isaaku to be a left wing back. So people are blaming Gideon Mensah today. But I'm looking at Gideon, I'm thinking that the reason why Aliou Seydou isn't being cooked as much as Gideon in that first half is because Aliou Seydou has got Schindler, who is doing a better defensive job than Isaaku was doing for Gideon Mensah. Because Gideon Mensah in this game is not a lateral; he's a centre back, and he was every time forced
Yet he was
to defend wide
with the winger all
yes,
the time.
all the time. So where is the wing back who had to do his job? It is the winger Fatal Isaaku. That is not his natural position. And there were times where Fatal Isaaku was even in a defensive position, but his awareness was off. Like, and I can't blame him. I can't even blame him. It's not him. So I can't imagine why the coach thought that playing that system was right. Then in the second half, it was no more Gideon Mensah going through the trouble. It was Ali Seidu and Kingsley Schindler. Why? Because at that time, when they were losing their legs, Angola changed their point of attack. So if you thought the first half was about Gideon Mensah, what about the second half? Once Schindler lost his legs and Ali Seidu looked, and I've always questioned Ali Seidu.
I saw Milson maybe once or twice in the first half.
Yeah.
In the second half, he was the man of the match.
Yes. And I've always questioned Ali Seidu's stamina. He looks rugged and everything, but after every 65 minutes in the Black Star shirt, like honestly, I don't watch him in the French league, and I'll be honest. But when I've seen him play for the Black Stars, he looks like a player who's full of energy. But after 60 minutes, 65 minutes, he looks done. He looks done. He looks fatigued. He looks tired. His legs are gone. And once that happened, we saw it in the second half. That was their route. Like, the goal came from there. Many chances came from there. And so, my point is, how did Otto, right, stand on the touchline, see his team, which was supposed to defend in a back five, still being carved out over and over again, and then didn't try and stop it, or didn't do anything to contain it? And my last question before the guys come in, because today the matter is simple. We didn't qualify.
No,
so we're talking about the game.
We're here to talk about the game.
What was Otto's game plan going into the game? Because one, if Otto's game plan going into the game is what we saw, then what was his thinking if Ghana needed a goal? Because the team that he set out to play, attacking wise, nothing, zero. Then we get a brilliant goal. It happens. There are games where you won't play well, you get a goal. Of course. Now that you had the goal, maybe the natural reaction of the team is to defend. And then you've defended, then you concede. This is a must-win game for you. What was Otto's attacking plan in these scenarios that if it is 0-0 and Ghana needs to find a goal, what was he thinking that he would change about the team that would put Ghana on the front foot or give us an opportunity of creating chances and scoring? Or if it was 1-1 as it were, what was he thinking? What was his thinking? That he would change the shape, he would change personnel? Because the performance at 0-0, the performance at 1-0, the performance at 1-1, it was the same thing.
It was.
I didn't see the team reacting
got on the ball,
to the demands
initiative,
of yes,
and we couldn't get combinations.
Nothing
between our forward players.
So I can say that okay. So
it was sad to watch.
I can say that okay. At 0-0, I can understand that maybe we were a little defensive because we don't want to be expansive early and then let the game slip. Then we get 1-0. I can understand that we want to protect the goal. Then it's 1-1. Then we need a win. I'm expecting the manager on the touchline to do something for me to see that, so like he's trying to win the game. But I see nothing. Then he throws on Konisdorfer, who wasn't even in his thoughts for these games. When Myanmar was on the bench, and at the time, or Osman Bukhari is on the bench, and at the time you threw on Konisdorfer, Angola was so high up the pitch because we were so poor. I'm thinking that when your team is so high up the pitch and you are defending, what you need is space. Jordan is not the quickest. Kudus was getting tired because he had done a lot of unnecessary runs. So if you're making substitutions, I'm thinking you're bringing on more pace so that when you win the ball, because you know you are not passing well, you can go long and ask your runners to chase down the ball or take on people. But you bring on Konisdorfer, who needs the ball to be played to his feet, who is not a good dribbler, who certainly is not fast. So you've got Jordan, who is not the fastest.
And the one time they played him through on goal, he was hesitating. I'm not exactly sure what was going on with him.
Jordan is not the fastest. Konisdorfer is not the fastest. You've got Kudusu, who has some pace about him. These are the three players who are leading your attack in a team that is ultra defensive. How do you counter attack? Guys, go on.
Fent, you know what,
Coach? Yeah. Did we look? I feel like I don't know. But I was hoping that I would see some tactical improvements from Otto in this game. And I left the match feeling more disappointed than anything else. In that there were so many scenarios not only did he not react on time, his reaction was also questionable.
You see, he had set up the team for the team to go and fail. That is why personally I don't see him to even walk on the pitch of Accra on Monday.
Bugusaka before that.
What do you mean?
His resignation should be in by now. If Voto has got any pride in him and he wants to guarantee a coaching career, he should exit the Black Stars job and go and get himself a team. Somewhere in some division somewhere.
Far away from Black Stars.
Yes. Maybe he can come and coach any of our local teams here in Ghana. Look, you don't go a back three and asking the most inexperienced player, the one who is having his very first international cup,
To play in the center.
to play in the middle of a back
To
three.
be the cog.
I've never seen some before.
Maybe he trained in that position.
What? That boy, in his entire footballing career, has never played in a back three before. And even if he's done so, I'm not sure he was given the responsibility to control the two experienced guys who were flanking him.
And to add to it, the two experienced guys we are talking about are actually fullbacks.
Actually, fullbacks.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that he virtually set up the Black Stars for the team to fail. Look, when I saw the shape of the team at the beginning of the game, I said, what? Yeah, this guy is truly confirming that indeed he's a trainer scout.
Poor tactics.
Ah.
We are losing
Hey.
by the grace of Ket.
Ah.
Shambo, shambo,
Oh.
no Afcon.
Oyiwa, Otilo. Oyiwa, Otilo.
Ayo. Aye.
Look, in Ghana, we say something that Ofe na chebuaje. Do you understand what that means?
Ofe na chemu aye. Witchcraft is not good.
DK, do you understand that?
Uh-huh.
Ofe na chebuaje.
Ofe.
You are not a witch.
Uh-huh.
Neither are you a wizard.
Uh-huh.
But your doings, actions is getting people to refer to you
As a witch.
Ofe na chebuaje. Je aye jiboyi. But the way you go about your things, we get. Why is he behaving like a wizard? Or like a why? Look,
Why is he
I
behaving?
could not believe my eyes. So you see the young man, because he's so inexperienced. The two fullbacks who were playing as the two centre back in the back three, they needed somebody to calm them down, especially Ali Dusedo. There were times where he couldn't do his job in that second half. So the inexperienced centre back was now seen on several occasions coming far right to cover the ball. Look at the goal we conceded.
Simpson, he was everywhere.
You see the goal we conceded. I was just telling the kid.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm to blame if I'm doing my tactical analysis?
Tell me.
Is the inexperienced fullback. One, I blame Alidu for not closing the cross because on that flank there was Schindler, there was Alidu. As to how these two defensive-oriented players could not close in and allow the cross to be. Look at when the cross was. Look at where the centre back was. Where he should have
There
been.
were even two crosses.
That's
First, Augusto crossed the ball.
It got blocked.
Yes. And it
And
came to
then
Milson.
when the second one went, look at our centre back. He was completely out of position. The guy just.
But even that, I think it's a charitable word to say it got blocked. I thought it was a poor clearance. If you
Yes.
ask me.
Yes.
Maybe I'm being harsh.
I think it was a poor clearance.
Seidu's attempted clearance was
Just
poor and the ball
went
fell.
back to the-
Yeah. I
You
thought.
mean from the initial cross?
Yeah, the initial cross.
Yeah, yeah,
Seidu's
from
Seidu's
wasn't a
attempted.
block.
It wasn't a block. It was an attempted clearance, and he missed.
And it had to do
Yeah.
with the fact that the man was dead. Look,
Yeah,
his
the guy's
legs were
fitness,
all
be
gone.
honest with you.
But you know my stand on him. I've always told you that
You know
he's
this,
not
yeah.
a good player.
Yeah, I think so too.
He
I
will
agree
never
with you.
play under me. Because when I look at him, his mentality kick crack,
and his concentration
very bad.
Yeah,
I said it here the other day. Very bad. He cannot remain focused for 90.
I agree.
He's always been there.
Yeah, I
No.
think that's the point Chicho just made.
Yes.
Not just concentration, even he lets his legs. It's like physically to his gone.
And that's what happened to me in the USA. That's why when Tim Weah,
I've been saying it.
that's
Every
when
day I've been saying
yeah.
it.
The guy.
But every time I've been saying
that's
it.
when Tim Weah got the ball ahead of he just
He
come on,
just
pray.
stood there and was looking at where
Yeah.
is it going? We have to why is it come back. Come on, it's gone. Yeah. You understand? He was gone. Come back, he's gone. Now look at what Otto did again. Look, Charlie. Look, Kate. What at all have we done to deserve this?
What's the issue? What's get done?
Look, after picking a bad team, a bad setup, then he went 2-2-1. 2, the boy from Atlanta,
Sulemana and then Elisha also.
Elisha also. Then there was another 2.
Michael Beidou
Beidou
and then
and,
Kudus.
And then
That was Jordan.
when you are playing that narrow,
Very narrow. And yet we couldn't even control the middle.
I was shocked.
of the park.
I was shocked.
No, but that's largely because
The
you don't have you see the thing about 3-back is your wing backs are supposed to be good enough to be midfielders
This-
when
as
they've
well-
got as
Yes.
well as
Yes.
they are supposed to
When
be
the thing is on the board, they should be giving
they
you
should
the
be
width.
so anytime Elijah Uso and Sulemana got the ball on their left or on their right,
There were no options.
there were no options.
No options. And you see, he stood there by the touchline in the black kaftan,
But the captain, the fit was nice, no doubt.
giving us total darkness.
Charlie. But the guy always they wear black.
No, but when it's
It has
kaftan,
nothing to do with the kaftan, coach, please.
Look,
no, but when it's kaftan,
But captain, we don't take nobody take captain win match before.
The t-shirts we were losing.
black t-shirt
Fine.
is different from black kaftan.
I said
you dey wear
he
black t-shirt.
stood
go
on
funeral.
the
We used
touchline.
we lost with black t-shirt.
Fine.
I'm
Black
saying,
kaftans that we do.
Can you wear black t-shirt to funeral? You wear kaftan.
We wear black t-shirt all
Fine.
the time to funeral.
He stood on the touchline in the black kaftan, giving our team
Total darkness.
But I think you fool. Honestly, yeah.
But it wasn't
No,
total
you know how
darkness.
too much.
When it wasn't total darkness. When he wore that black t-shirt, they went to beat Mali.
That's why it was a t-shirt. This is black what?
Kaftan, long sleeves
It's
too.
different. Long sleeve. Everywhere there is doom, doom, darkness, doom. Now,
Is it Doom Sensei or Doom?
no, this is doom,
cry.
complete darkness, total
Doom cry.
darkness.
Fatality.
We have the lead. There's a lead to protect, a must-win game. There's a way you handle that. You handle that by getting the team to play as a team. Look, there was something I noticed, and you and myself were discussing it in the car. How can you go 2-2 when they get the ball among themselves? They don't want to pass them.
Charlie, why Kudus and Jordan they fight for
you
some
see?
place. Eh?
Sicho was not in the car with you and myself.
No,
But
I mean,
we also,
yeah.
we
We all
also.
saw it.
No, it's obvious. Like, but
And clearly-
you people watching, didn't you see?
And clearly, as a coach,
I just felt like,
like
I
they-
mean, my thinking was that attackers never really got enough of the ball.
No.
So there was very few combinations to
So
make.
when you get the ball and somebody
look,
is
in that second half,
No,
when
even-
it
It
was
wasn't just- it
actually
wasn't the only
1-1,
one.
there were
were
3
situations where
occasions.
other- no,
Two
not
from
just-
Kudus,
yeah, but
one
not-
from Jordan. Where
But not only
the
between
counter was there.
was
there.
The pass was there.
But
But
not,
just pass the ball.
not only between the two of them though. Also
yeah,
between
first half-
Kudus and other players.
First half,
no, Kudus is
Michael
not
Bailey-
passing anybody.
Kudus
Jordan is not passing
about
anybody. But the truth of the matter is, Kudus and Jordan are the most advanced players, and
So
not,
they
most
should-
often
see,
their
there has
first
to be that
options
chemistry
was each other.
between the two of them. When anytime Kudus
You
picks
people
up
that
the
you were
ball,
watching, did you get the impression that Kudus didn't want to pass to Jordan? Let me know. In the
It's not
comments.
really a Jordan matter,
It's not even
but
a
most
Jordan.
often Jordan is around. He won't pass. Jordan too
pass.
won't do
No, I
same.
said the two of them. Did you get the impression that they were
No.
not willing
The
to pass?
issue is that both of them were not
They
passing.
were not passing. Someone be Jordan fell on the ball,
Yeah,
got up
but
from
I
the
want
ball,
to be-
10,
Just
10, 10,
tie
10, just
tie
boom.
it.
I
Tie
get
it. Tie
Not
up
passing
again.
the ball, I get it. I want to dispel or the impression that it was just the two of them not passing to each other.
No, that wasn't. I don't think it was that.
Not
No,
passing.
like
They were
that.
not passing. Period.
They were not passing.
But the
Thank
point
you.
is,
Okay.
they were advanced. They were in the
advanced,
same
yes.
zone.
There has to
Most
be
of the
that
time when
chemistry
Jordan had
between the two of
Kudus
them.
was the best.
I guess
option.
it-
When
no,
Kudus
that one
had
I
the vice
agree,
versa.
100%.
Yes.
It wasn't only between the
It's
two of
very
them.
frustrating.
Yes.
They don't pass the ball.
And look, as a coach, if you look at where he stood with the dark kaftan on him, if he was to see, or
Giving
he
us
could see,
total darkness.
but for the total darkness provided on the day by him and his kaftan, he just called one of them. Come here. Come closer. Can't you see this? This is the loophole. This is the way forward. This is the room to what? Go. Call the two of them. Look, guys, you need to work together. Let's do a 2-1. Give and go. Let's do something. A give and go sort of football.
Bro, Kudus is not younger. The guy is 24 years.
Yeah, Bekeni.
Sure.
He's not a kid anymore. We see him does that at West Ham with Paketa.
Bowen, go.
With who? Coach, with who?
I've never understood that.
Paketa.
Like, why do you want to dribble like 4 or 5
Why?
people? You want to 10. Actually,
You don't
for
play
football, it's
football.
simple. Oh.
The greatest of all time in modern time. Leo Messi doesn't play football like that.
Who told
I
you?
will tell you the greatest of all time.
Pass the
Today,
damn
Ronaldo has
ball.
assisted and has scored twice. He doesn't
That's
know
what I'm
pass.
saying.
Does he not pass? Sure.
Pass the damn ball.
Just let it go. Give and go.
Give and
Two
go.
to beat one.
Like what you do with Paketa.
And there was on one B that counter. He could edge of them in penalty. He turns. Schindler was standing there.
Just pass.
waiting.
The one the ball
So
can
the
play
ball
in
got
the
stuck.
bate, in between his
the
legs.
ball,
Just
as
tie
a
it.
left-footed player who has a clean strike, I thought he could have hit that
One
first
time. One time.
Then he
ball.
did
Once
it.
you missed it,
Then he
The
did
ball
it.
comes to the right
Lay.
leg. Schindler is in
He's begging.
space.
He's begging him.
Look.
He was so he threw his arms in the air after
Look.
the ball got dispossessed. It's like,
So
what is this?
at the end of the day, this is a coach that has not, who's not only bad tactically, but he's brought proper division to our team. Most
You
people,
think that there's a discord in camp?
No, I think Otto has lost the dressing room. I don't lie.
he's on. We all talk to
lost
the
it,
players.
or
I think
spoilt it.
I think it's lost the
He's
dressing room.
completely destroyed.
I'm not sure he
You think the
commands.
players don't respect him?
I don't think he commands the respect from the players.
I
Honestly,
think
I don't
you
think.
are.
And he hasn't.
Is there an incident to illustrate this?
Yeah, and there are many of them. Many.
Coach, I'm listening.
From what we saw today, a must-win game. You've taken the lead from a fantastic strike. Look, this is what I've learned. There are certain goals you do everything to protect.
I'm telling you.
No, coach, put
that
in
goal,
context.
you don't give that goal away on the silver
Coach,
platter like
put
that.
in context. You scored this brilliant goal.
What?
Your goalkeeper has saved the
penalty.
penalty. Bro, everything is pointing towards you.
Odwe.
Everything.
See, Manaf was my man of the match personally.
Yes, look. Odwe.
We should have lost too.
Yes.
That game is 3-4-1.
Yeah, you should kind of want it. The
So,
scoreline
see-
flatters us.
At the end of the day, I asked myself, where did we go wrong? What at all?
The coaching was problematic today. No, not for the first time.
It's been true.
Thank you.
It's good you added that. Like,
It's been
and I
true.
can't snare you for the.
It's been true.
The way you just slide tackle me.
It's been throughout.
It has been.
And for me, look,
Coach,
It's
5
very
matches,
simple.
You know, win one.
he has to go. This is not the sort
How
of
do you
coach-
play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games? You can't win one.
He has to go.
Against two teams who didn't play at home.
Away from home.
Check it.
Niger beat Sudan in Togo.
Togo 4-0. We couldn't
They didn't play at home.
look, we couldn't even hit the bar. The pole, as you see it, it doesn't move. It's there. If you play it well to enter.
You two, you go Niger in a neutral ground and we played like we were playing in Khartoum. We were scared.
He has never motivated our team. He's all about discouraging the boys, bringing total disunity to our team, together with his boss, Keto Kreku. Look, I was talking to one of the players, and I will say this. I will not mention the players.
Don't.
This is what the player told me. He said that, Coach, we are all from different families. So when you see us sit there and Ket Okreku does the sort of things he did or addresses us in that manner, he thinks he's talking to only us. He's talking to our fathers, our mothers, our wives, and our children. The way he spoke to them before that game against Sudan.
Total disrespect.
And that player told me that when he got home, his father and mother told him that Ket has got no right whatsoever to speak to his son, their son, the manner in which he did. So we think some of the players pulling out of the Black Stars is just there. I'm telling you people today,
They said they are
some
injured.
is a family decision.
Coach,
That until Ket exit the football scene, they don't want. You see what will happen.
you mean the injured players?
Do you know-
8 players pulled out?
you-
7 were injured.
Somebody said
one said personal.
Overload of games, rubbish. Personal, absolute rubbish.
But as for the person, I have an
You
inside
would-
info
for him.
So
he's
yeah.
my boy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that
But he still could have.
he still could have. But
What's
he's
the
my boy.
inside
It's
football?
rubbish.
Playoff.
It's rubbish. Yes, it's rubbish.
Oh,
He
it's not very
shouldn't-
rubbish.
He shouldn't have allowed them to put it out of that personal.
Yeah. But it's personal, but he's not injured.
Rather, he should have gotten the coach not to have included his name. in it.
Agreed.
You see, that's the way you handle these
Agreed.
things.
Agreed.
If he said
Proper
personal, oh, you know the
don't call me
situation.
Coach, excuse
You don't
me.
call me at
Coach,
all.
excuse me. Yeah.
Then everybody will know that you were not called. That's the. I will talk to him. I said, next time you don't do that. And for me, we are now below the earth.
Do you know
Yeah.
the worst thing about Ket's video? He actually made the video 2 days before it was released, or 3 days, or a day before, 2 days before it
No,
was
he,
released.
he made the video, then I think the next day it got released.
No, so he made the video. They recorded the video, and see, I don't want to
They
put
looked
people's
at
job.
it.
See,
They
he
reviewed
instructed that they post the video a day to the game, because in his mind, Ghana were some way somehow going to beat Sudan. So the video
act
would
like the
act like he
victory
was
given.
the one who inspired the victory. He instructed that they post the video a day to the game.
I said when he was speaking, he said, record me.
And I know of a player who said, but for the camera and the respect he has for his family, he would have stood up to Ket and asked him to stop those nonsense. I know of a player who said that. Coach, Sana, me boy fulu. And me mama me papa. O man tete me sa. Virtually meaning that my parent didn't train me like that. I would have stood up to him and told him in his face.
The player spoke Chi.
The player, yeah, when I was talking to the player spoke.
I'm narrowing down to the ones who speak Chi. Then I'll do elimination.
You understand?
Which
All we are now saying is that the Afcon is gone. God being so good, there's a bigger tournament ahead of us.
And we have 2 games in March.
And we have 2 games in March. We are in November.
March will come
Get
right
Otto
now.
Addo out of the way. Get, you are the bigger problem. If you've got balls, these are my balls, left and right.
Coach, where are your balls?
In between my legs, left and right.
How many balls?
2 balls.
2 solid
Balls.
you laugh make
Look.
electric shock passing where is that you for?
2 solid cajones.
My Lord Jesus.
Rounded equal cajones.
Keto Kreko, if you've got balls like I have, don't wait for the election.
Oh,
Step
God.
out. Look, I spoke to a certain
Are you
pastor.
saying that if Ket doesn't quit, he doesn't have
I spoke to a pastor
balls?
who is a very strong man of God. Not those pastors involving in politics, prediction, and all those nonsense they are doing. Not them. This is a true man. He said he had a dream. And what he saw was Keto Kreko and the people at the FA. They were playing football in the mud. Do you know what that means?
Ball will move.
They're playing in the and he was like, Coach, come. You people are very close. You are into football. this is what I saw. And the man virtually said, the spiritual interpretation to that is that until Keto Kreko leaves the FA presidency. Look, the man told me
somebody has cursed him.
I don't know. But like, he could have spoken to any other person. I believe in Jesus. Jesus is my Lord.
And personal savior. Are you saying that pastor spoke to Jesus?
And what I'm saying is that when I hear such revelations,
you take them seriously.
I don't joke with them. Because why would you take over our football?
Who is our savior? Who is our Jesus? Even if he lives today.
I have said.
Because we had a conversation about the football system.
I have said.
If the system remains,
the football
and an
system
individual
we run
leaves,
in this country is bad.
So if the individuals leave,
the government will have to take charge like it used to be. I believe in that policy. Let the government bring whoever should. So that
by the way, yesterday Nigeria they dismantled the sports ministry. They said it wasn't necessary, and then formed the sports commission.
You see, that is
people are going in different directions now.
To hell with FIFA. Even said Blatter. He was brought to book to the way.
That thing that they say the interference.
Rubbish interference.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a big lie.
Hiding behind
Look,
it.
the South African man. What is the name?
Danny Jordan.
For less than 100,000.
71,000.
He's going to court.
Yes, they arrested him.
Streamed live.
Streamed live.
The whole world is watching him. 71,000.
I'm not pronouncing him guilty.
He took 100,000.
But the system is
the
checking.
system is checking the man.
Why is FIFA? Why would FIFA go there?
200,000.
Why is FIFA not stepping in that you can't touch our man?
That thing is a complete
It's
joke.
a complete joke and rubbish. They should stop that rubbish thinking. So, friend.
And South African football has not been banned.
Look, I won't say.
But they won yesterday.
I won't say.
No, I'm talking about the FA by FIFA. While they are prosecuting the president.
I won't say I've been vindicated. I will never make that.
But you have.
Yes, maybe people will say.
Yeah. You just say it for
in
you.
Ghana, didn't Iyoko invade GFA offices
It's
and
a crime
seize
scene,
computers?
a crime
Nobody banned Ghana.
What I'm saying is, we are so low that it's an opportunity that God has given to us to begin to fix things. Otuado, there he will go, but he's not actually the problem. The problem is the system that we run. That system has to change. And to get the system to change, I will encourage the next government. We are just 2-3 weeks to an election. Whoever wins, if Bawumia wins, His Excellency the Vice President, step into the GFA and dissolve that. If the former President John Dramani Mahama wins, get there. Nilante Vanderpoint.
What? They put Nilante there to
He will
fight.
glad them in a second.
It will be fight.
I'm telling you honestly.
He will solve it quick.
Quick. Today, look at all of us.
But this is bad.
Look,
coach.
we've closed from work.
This is bad.
We have to come and do this for the people of Ghana.
We are not going to Afcon. In fact, all of our viewers, is there any one of you that has ever not seen Ghana at the Afcon? How many of you watching us today even watch Afcon 2004? I don't think. And a lot of our viewers have watched Afcon.
How many? 52, 53 countries.
53. Let's even say 54.
52. Look, that made 52.
Confederations
52 footballing
nation in Africa.
24 of them want to assemble.
24.
More than half.
Jesus Christ.
You know all our mates are there. Like they've already qualified. Be proud to you. Nigeria are there.
In recent
Egypt
times,
are there.
our mates
Tunisia
are
are there.
them.
Morocco are there.
Are not those people.
Our supposed mates, yes.
Yeah, they are supposed mates.
You know what pains me?
Comoros and Co.
Eswatini,
Lesotho.
They're the ones qualifying.
Lesotho, Lusema, Bemima. You understand what I'm saying? Those are our mates. Bemima.
What saddens me is that we have not even shown that we have the capacity to emerge from a setback with lessons.
We've not learned.
For me, that's
us to the Afcon. Disgrace upon
first one.
Abutre, take your
2020,
time and let's fix this thing.
No.
Let's fix this thing. In a rush, without even apologizing to the people of Ghana. You set up a committee. You're going to get a coach. Don't do that. Calm down. Don't do that. Bring the report as to why we failed at the Afcon first.
work with it.
Let's look at it. That gives you a guideline not to repeat the very wrong things that you had. You won't listen. Criteria. You won't listen. He had the best PowerPoint presentation, so he qualifies to be the coach. He has the best PowerPoint. He had the best PowerPoint. Wait, Captain Dean.
And showed great knowledge about the Ghanaian players.
Jesus Christ.
Of course he's been
He's
here before.
caused division in this captaincy issue that we have long solved.
Charlie, it was a non-issue.
Look, we have Steve. Sieke Akono.
It was a non-issue.
From Sieke to
Sieke.
Steve-O.
Steve-O.
There was no problem.
It was a non-issue.
From Steve-O to John Mensah, no problem. From John Mensah to the baby jet, no problem. From the baby jet to Andre, a bit of a problem.
Yeah, but we went past
solved it and we moved on.
Because luckily, Jan was exiting
the scene. We moved on. Why have you created this problem again, Otoado?
Even now, from the day to party, no problem because the day is not in the
The
team,
day
he's not being called.
The day himself knew.
If he comes,
that was his successor.
Yes.
Everything
Fast
was
law-
going smoothly.
Like it's a non-issue. There's no issue.
Then
Charlie.
Look.
There was no issue.
No
Seriously.
issue.
Even as for this whole issue of the captaincy,
In
even
games that
there
we should
are
be
even
winning.
insiders at the FA themselves
Yes.
who are very angry.
Angry
They
and
are
surprised.
rubbish people. Look, those people at the FA, they are rubbish
they
people.
are.
They can't allow Otoado to be doing what he's doing. Somebody
But
who
even
didn't
they
qualify
themselves
for
were
the...
taken aback by Otto's.
Do you know?
No,
do you
but
know?
they should have called him to order. Can't he? The man, you gave him the job from
problem
nowhere.
is that he didn't consult.
He went to announce the public.
But they saw. If I'm the leader, you
but what
come
he
on,
did
come
was-
here. What sort
no,
of
but
decision
if
was
you
that?
go to a presser and you go and say, my captain is Kudus. From that very moment, when the press heard and the public heard,
That's it.
that is, you can't recall that decision.
But look,
I will
coach,
recall it, Fentil.
coach, if I am Kudus, I don't want to play for Otto. If I am Jiku,
I don't want
I
to
don't
play
want to
for
play
him.
for Otto.
I don't want to
If
play
I
for
am
him.
Jordan, I don't want
I
to play
don't
for
want
Otto.
to
And I'll tell you why. Look,
Ah,
we all know
Man,
Jiku,
I war.
Jiku was in line.
To be the
captain.
captain
You overlooked him
and
and
gave
then
it to Kudus.
Gave it to Kudus. No problem. Now you've given it to Kudus. We have managed. Even Jordan was you went past Jordan. Nobody said anything, and we knew it was supposed to be Jiku. You've gone past Jiku. Now Kudus won't be your captain.
And you've gone past Jiku again.
and you've gone back to give it to
Jordan.
the person you should have given it to. If I'm Jiku, I'm like, when you should have given it to me, give it to Kudus. Now that you don't trust Kudus, you don't even trust that I'm a good leader.
So
I'm not going to come.
And now Kudus is 24 years. He captained the team for 2 games. You are telling the whole world the boy is not a leader.
he's not a leader.
At 24.
And he needs time to grow into it. What do you want people to think of Kudus? Not only in Ghana. What do you want his club teammates, his club coach, any other team that is going to buy him? One of the things they'll say is that he doesn't have leadership skills because his national team coach has said that if I pick Kudus as a coach,
You stick with
and
him.
I will back him.
You stick with him.
You
stick with
I
him.
will back him.
Seju,
If I am
you
Kudus,
stick with him.
I don't want to play for Otto. So when I say that Otto has left the dressing room, it is that he hasn't shown enough respect to some of these players.
That is why.
And he hasn't backed them enough.
Seju, that is why even when they are doing the wrong thing on the pitch,
difficult
he
to-
tell the guy, come on.
If he says, if they say, they
Come
don't
on,
even
get
listen
out.
to him because he hasn't.
Charlie, see,
Okay, hold on. We are frozen. The internet is fooling. We are back. Go on.
so I can talk.
You can talk.
Okay, more lie.
Go on.
1.6k.
See,
1.6k people are listening to you. Fire.
quick.
You spoiled there.
Auto do yawa.
Charlie. Do yawa.
No, like it's serious yawa.
Otto's biggest supporter is here tonight.
Oh no, but you know me.
Yes.
Once somebody is brought in as Black Stars coach,
You back the person.
I'll support him. There are positives, there are negatives. It's about perspective.
Michael, bring the pizza. I come DN.
So I will take and put it at home.
I shock.
A live podcast.
Fact.
Go and bring the
cabs and things.
where are the marks? We
All
are,
right, they come.
bring the pizza first. Then you can continue.
Bogali.
Yeah, come to me.
No, but I want to talk to you. Why are you going?
But he's talking to you.
Bogaku Pali.
Don't worry.
Okay, make it look sharp.
Do you know which flavor this is? Do you know which flavor this is? Where the tissue day?
What if?
And the tissue.
Uh-huh.
The tissue is.
You should say pork no dey inside.
No, you know the
I
inside.
gave you specific
You were
instructions.
given specific instructions.
The tissue dey.
Charlie, people see pizza and they run away from the show.
No, the show they will continue.
Me, I'm talking, so I can't.
If you talk, you can't eat up and down. Katari.
Guys, you are invited to our pizza. Come there.
See.
It is 11:09 p.m. We have wives, but look at where we are.
And you say,
Oh, my own be
Mingi
very quick. My own be very quick.
Okay. Hold on. We are eating, we are listening.
Yeah. Charlie, auto do serious here because you see, there are some things that even if you work for the person as a PR guy, even if he hired somebody to come and defend him, this is the
To
best
be impossible.
Like, I think, look, what Otto did from the Sudan game away to the game we played tonight, and what Ten Hag did with Man U. It is how not to coach a football team. Plain and simple. Like, it's like I was watching the game today. I was like, Boga, do you intentionally want to sabotage yourself?
Pour in the cups and bring it one by one.
It's like see.
No, pour it in the cups and bring it.
The front three, the front three, like
It was a joke.
on a level. Me, I don't like to dabble in these like
Conspiracies.
Boga. You see that they were tired, or they fought before they came on the pitch.
They weren't passing to each other.
No, seriously. And I say the front three because Kudus and Jordan lasted the most, the longest. But Koningsdorfer and Michael Bedu, especially in that first half, Michael Bedu. Oh, no, Sha.
Like I'm talking
They
about
fight
in the game.
somebody.
In the game.
They fight somebody. Like it didn't make look. The disconnect. Let me start with the one that worried me first. I don't understand how your left center back is playing at left back for a large chunk of a half, and nothing is prompting you to fix that problem. Because what happens is that it's not like Gideon Mensah was now playing a new position.
Yeah.
And in him playing that new position, it is widening the gap between himself and Razak Simpson. If Razak Simpson closes in, it means either Elisha or Suleimana will have to drop deep and become an extra center back. Yeah. And when they do, we are losing another number in midfield. And then you have a wing back who is just strolling on the left hand side. He's strolling. Isahaku. He's strolling. No defensive work. Nothing. He's strolling. When Isahaku looked like he got injured, that was the time. When he fell down,
just fix it.
Fix it. Don't wait, because clearly
it wasn't working.
It wasn't working. And it wasn't working because the plan is not good. It wasn't working because the person you put there is not capable of doing it. Plain simple. You can't force him. Isahaku is not going to become a world-class center back in 3 minutes. It's not a wing back in 3 minutes. It's not going to happen like that. You understand? And what I didn't get was Ebenezer Annan. Yes, he joined the team yesterday. It was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he joined the team yesterday morning. He was part of that training session. Look, when you are going to do this makeshift tactical plans, go with the experts.
It's as simple as that.
You start Ebenezer Annan. If it doesn't work, then use your plan B. But don't start your plan B whilst your plan A is sitting there and can do the work perfectly. It doesn't make sense, because Ebenezer Annan on your left back, he's a wing back. He was the only recognized wing back, left wing back in that team who can do the job simple. Nathaniel Ejie, is his leg broken? Nathaniel Ejie has been playing right center back this season. So if you play Nathaniel Ejie at right center back, you put Alidu
as wing back.
A
position he's played
before.
He even excelled in this home game against Sudan.
Thank you very much. Aren't you putting a player who is more recognized in that? Like, I don't get it.
And playing to their strengths.
Look, let me even circle back to the on game plan I was telling you. that it pained me that we didn't have an opportunity to talk about the squad when he came out. But the initial squad, when I looked at it, they had a serious problem with the squad.
Oh, problem.
And I spoke about the forwards and the fact that we didn't have a recognized center forward in the team. Somebody who can stick in the box. And so engage, that today, when it was last 10 minutes and we were chasing the game.
Yes. And whooping balls have failed to no one in particular.
You see,
there would have been somebody to receive them.
It's for the,
yeah. There would have been someone to receive
championship striker. What's the name?
Brennan
Asante. Simple.
Why didn't he call it?
I tell you. See, this Yembo like interplay play no.
Educating ball. The boys are not interplaying.
They are not interplaying. You're putting players there who are ball holders. Like I don't get it too.
Like
see. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Coaching. If I lie, correct me. Coaching. There's the plan. The one you draw on paper. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. That's the plan. Then knowing the personnel to execute the plan and putting them in the right positions is also part. And then reacting when certain players have been put in are not doing well. Whether you should change the plan, in fact, whether you recognize if the plan is wrong or is the personnel who is not the problem, then you react. All of them, the score today was 0. I know given one save. All was 0. You didn't deserve the goal. That goal that Jordan scored, you didn't.
Out of this world, it's that goal. It's not planned. It's not by plan.
That penalty save, no. Madam's penalty save. Yes. You know they train for penalties. We know. You know they train for penalties. You don't train. The last minute save that Manaf made, the 1-on-1. You both have forgotten.
The foul.
What? No.
After the foul.
He saved with his leg. That one, you know they train for him. You don't train. It no be your 2 days training. It be instinct.
Yes.
Boga, what did we do offensively? What was the plan? This was a must-win game. This was a must-win game. And now let me shift.
We didn't even test the goalkeeper.
See, let me shift the light away from the Black Stars. You were playing against a team that had already qualified, though.
Yeah.
Against a team that had let some of their star players stay in their clubs because this game, these 2 games, you don't need
bring them.
Look at how the Angolans were playing. I'm not talking about intensity. I'm not talking.
Gelson didn't
play. They had 8 key players missing, just like us.
No, not missing. They allowed them to stay on holiday. This game, you don't need them. Why should you come and
so the ones you know, like Dala and
they no come.
Mabululu Denko.
Yes.
See.
Mabululu, them all no play.
See, but Freddie the ball.
Freddie the ball. I be the captain.
Freddie. Now Melson.
Freddie the ball. Melson the same tree, but
Freddie. The guy they feel J Gideon Mensah.
Who is J Shedler with Shedler Bootown?
No, for Bootown. Like this.
The way the guy did the ball. Shedler Bootown can't get
off. First time, the one that J Gideon Mensah be Lumumba.
Yeah, Lumumba the
second half, Melson to catch Ali Seydou.
The Shedler.
See, see, this matter. Even if we choose to blame certain players and say this one shouldn't pass, this one didn't pass. Boga, the Freddie guy, no, the one who isolated this guy, no, first half, who they change, what be name? Gideon.
Yeah.
But them players when they like dribble, but I know the difference. They know when to.
They know when to,
bro.
Because the instruction,
bro,
is clear,
bro.
Clear instructions.
And Angola's the position of the players gave them the opportunity to isolate players 1v1.
That's your job.
So that your dribblers can dribble.
Thank you.
If you see the runs that their fullbacks were making,
not when you pick the boy
and there are 10 players
and then there are 10 players and now you are turning.
And the start of the second half, Kudus was running through about 5 bodies.
Like
he was looking for some penalty B.
He was coming to do another one and then like
some way.
Go. See, all these things it's instruction. And I always tell people, you should be able to, when there's a certain trend, when something happens more than once, when it happens over a period of time, you know that this thing is not by chance. Okay. Why is it that when he was playing at Ajax, when he plays at West Ham United, he knows when to pass, he knows when to wait for the ball, he knows when to run into space for people. But when he comes to the Black Stars, direct opposite. It's either Otuado likes it or Otuado doesn't know how to solve that problem. It's 2 things. Why is it that when Jordan comes, you watch Jordan at Palace
At
when he was
Leicester.
at Palace,
Why
when he
you
was
go
at
against
Leicester?
Vardy?
Boga, 1-2.
Combination.
He didn't try and treble the two people.
you no need.
1-2. You know, we say when Jordan wears the shirt, no, somebody he beef somebody, so you know go pass. It is either the coach likes it, one. In fact, if they say the coach they like him, that's why he did. Or the
Players don't respond to the coach's instructions.
Thank you. So they have to do it on their own. And you see, Otto then I they like him.
Oh, yeah,
but
they like him.
unfortunately,
In coaching way, no good.
unfortunately, you see, it's reached that point where you need to assess whether you are willing to wait for the person to grow, and if the person is growing at the right pace. I don't think he's growing fast enough, because the body of games we've played over the past 3-4 months since the international the season started. So it's been September, October, November. We've played 5 matches over this period. I don't think we've seen considerable improvement.
That's the thing.
And
Otto
which
has
is
had
a
the entire
serious
Afcon
issue.
qualifiers. So he has
Look,
had the entire Afcon qualifiers.
And what pains me is that after the first 2 friendlies and the international break, the World Cup, when we went to Mali, look, there were major positives that you could stand on and say we can build on this thing. Yeah. You had a positive momentum even in the dressing room. Players were happy after those 2 games. They were delighted going into the Afcon qualifier. It was a good opportunity for us to build on it. And how you have destroyed everything.
He managed.
And you see, the painful thing is that it is the same Arteta syndrome. No, it's the inexperience. No, an experienced manager will know how to manage. You see, you may not qualify, but you will not wreck everything. Player relations, the dressing room, like it will not be this bad. Right now, my point is, if we keep him in the job, this is not one of those things that when time passes, everything will settle.
No.
They are in the middle of a season. So by next match, they are hot in their clubs. And these boys are doing well this season. I don't know if
Very, very well.
They are
The
doing well.
Blaster players, they are playing well.
Boga, it has reached the point where, and we know, we talk to these players. When it's 2 weeks to international window, it's like, oh. When the email starts coming in, was I selected? Yeah, damn. They don't want to come. And it's an issue. Because the human, you see, they are professional, but I always say this thing. Don't do yourself like you are not a human being. We are professionals in our various fields.
You don't want to be a terrible environment.
Thank you. When you are in a terrible environment, let me show you something. If at the beef plus Fent, let's say this is Fent's podcast, I'm beefing with Fent, serious busy. Even when I'm talking to you in the presence of Fent, it will show.
Yeah.
I know ball plus you,
Yeah.
but his
environment,
his presence not even booming.
The environment.
Thank you.
Yes,
and in the same vein, the Afcon qualifiers is over. We have a good run going in the World Cup qualifiers, but it's still the same. It's the same. If we don't take care, we are going to take this mud and this debt into the World Cup qualifiers.
And those first 2 are winnable games for like Chad.
Boga,
They will go and draw.
since
and
last Tuesday, in fact, from last Tuesday, I got a text. Where my phone day? I got a text at the camp. I want to show it to you. I got a text message from Donald J. Trump after we won the election. Make I show you the message. He says,
Donald,
I'm expecting you. See, read the message for me. I'm expecting you.
I'm expecting you.
Thank you.
Yes, I've seen it.
Donald J. Trump. See,
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm expecting
Donald J. Trump sent me a text message.
in 2020 because he will be handing
will
over
be
the
hand-
World Cup
Thank
trophy. I see it. I see what you mean.
Donald J. Trump.
America is going to be great. The World Cup is going to. The Black Stars will be in town. We look forward to welcoming you.
He has told me that he's
Okay,
expecting us.
We're gonna host an amazing World Cup. It's gonna be so great.
So great.
So great.
So great.
So great. The best World Cup ever.
I
It's gonna be so great.
I told Biden, you're not strong enough to go to the World Cup.
Yes.
I'll be the president and I'll do a great job.
We're gonna host the
We did a great
greatest
job.
World Cup the world has ever seen.
And I can't wait to see
You know,
Black Stars.
it's gonna be so great.
Black Stars.
FIFA are gonna be so happy. FIFA are gonna be so happy.
So happy to see the Black Stars.
Yeah, you go and take your black after there.
If we don't take
And
care,
it's gonna be so much winning.
see USA is
So
not,
much
it's
winning.
non-negotiable, non-nego. USA non-nego. USA is non-negotiable.
I swear.
That one, you see. So it is important that ought to know he should go and relax somewhere.
He's going to relax, bro.
He should relax. Maybe in the near.
Ronaldo scored Dangbele today or what?
Ronaldo.
I see something.
You can finish your point. Forget that Ronaldo.
No, but it's more important than what you are discussing. You can go to Afcon. Somebody has scored Dangbele. I can't. It's
See, you dey carry the way. You see, in fact, let me end by saying this. There are similarities to all these things. You see, when somebody shines, somebody is inexperienced. It shows. Maguire was captain. Maguire was captain.
Harry.
There's no issue.
There was no issue. Maguire was. There was no issue.
The parallels that you are drawing is now coming home.
Maguire, Harry Maguire,
Captain
Size
Maguire.
Harry Jacob Maguire,
Size,
Yes.
what you want?
size 50.
Harry J.
Harry J. Maguire
Thank you.
was captain.
Yeah.
No issue. Your man came, no. He said, hey, that thing on your hand, bring it.
That strap.
That strap, bring it. Bruno was walking in his corner, having his this thing.
Didn't ask for it.
He didn't ask for it. Ta! He had the ball inside. All of a sudden, Bruno no if he play the ball again.
Jesus Christo.
All of a sudden, Bruno no if he play the right now the dressing room all make because if they come morning time, then they greet Maguire. So Capito morning. Right now, Garnacho entered the. I know hear that story. Garnacho entered the car engine. No, he said good. He said you know we captain again. Oh, with the thing, where Maguire go telling wife. Maguire go telling wife. With the, I know say Maguire then Shaw then Rashford then they like that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
English
So
purpose.
the thing can make Basa. No, Bruno is in his corner. He has not asked for
anything.
Yeah. Partey be captain.
Yes. In
There
the
were-
absence of
In
captain.
the absence of Capito,
Yes.
Partey was captain. Or
Right.
Partey is captain.
Nobody complains.
Nobody complain.
Normal.
Partey know we know the natural progression. You see this thing.
for camp.
The fact say every Ghanaian self knew who like if
There
they
was no issue.
even Otto and see that's the inconsistency. Even Otto, his first 2 matches back in the absence of Partey, who captained the team? It be
No, be Jordan.
Jordan, yeah,
It be
Jordan
Jordan.
captained the team. But then after that, we all know if Jordan come out, ta Jiku. They know.
Easy transition.
Simple.
The
Like,
thing-
issue no there.
And this is natural progression. The players now they
They
bad.
understood it.
They
They
understand.
accepted it.
You've read the whole this thing. And again,
So
it
I'm
might
trying to
sound
get into
trivial
this
to
thing.
you, but this thing in the national team, it's
It's
an
an issue.
issue. Especially when you've played before, especially when you've been coached before. You have no excuse making this mistake. See, the thing, you pay me because Morocco, they beat you.
Hey.
Morocco.
You know, I've tried a lot to get into Otto's head to understand, coach. Like,
Okay,
what
chop
problem
it.
was he?
Over Sabi,
like, I say, what problem was he trying to solve
Over Sabi.
by that decision?
So let me tell you what Otto was trying to do.
Like, tell me, because
So Otto walks into the Black Stars. In Otto's mind, in Otto's inexperienced mind, he wants to create his own team. A team that would be an Otto team. So he is quickly doing away with the old things.
Like
even
Arteta.
if
out
there is,
with the old, in with the new.
even if there is no issue. So Otto comes into the Black Stars. Even when the captain, the day Ayew was playing well, he says, no, I've had a word with him. I won't call him. And that was the time he had signed for Le Havre and he was scoring a lot of goals in the French League. He says, no, I won't call him. So I'm doing things my own way. Straight away, Daniel Amate is not part of the squad. At that time, Ghanaians are not complaining because, of course, these are old legs. We've seen enough of them. We are on the back of a failure in terms of the Afcon. New coach comes.
popular decision.
So it's a popular decision. All of us are like, Amate should go.
Yeah,
Morgan should go. And Otto is using the whole emotions of Ghanaians to now try and build his own team. So even when Kamaldeen Sulemana isn't playing well or is playing for his club and he's fit, he calls him and he starts him and he plays a lot of minutes in the Black Stars. Even when Nyama is not playing well for his club, he calls him, he starts him in funny positions in the Black Stars. All he's trying to do is to create his own team. Now, he's done the first job by sending the Amate, the Richard Ofori, Prof. Odoi.
Odoi.
Those sending them away. So there's another group that are very closely attached to the first group that he sent away. The Jordans, you know. So he comes in and straight away, of course, Partey was deputy captain. But Partey is deputy captain. Now he has to create the leadership line again because there's no Dede Ayew. And he doesn't want to make the Jordan Ayew the deputy captain to Partey. Because that is almost like going back to the old thing. So what does he do? He's trying so hard to move away from the old guard and create his own team. So who does he pick to be the leader of that own team? Mohamed Kudus. Right? So he's done that. He's bypassed Jiku. He's bypassed Jordan. And now he's gone for Mohamed Kudus. Then after 2 games, you are telling the whole world that, you see, and for me, Otto's communication, he thinks he's blunt. He has that German mentality. I'm blunt. I say it as it is. But sometimes the way you communicate,
he sounds very confused if he doesn't.
It hurts. I'm
very
saying
disrespectful.
You can't tell the whole
Arrogantly in
world.
front. When you are answering questions,
You can't tell the whole world that Mohamed Kudus
is not a
ready
leader.
How old is Martin Odegaard when he was captaining Norway and he's captaining Arsenal? How old is Martin Odegaard? How old is he?
You
like
don't
21.
know how to establish a leader. Once you pick the player,
Yes.
you stick with him.
back
you
them.
back the
him.
player.
And get everybody to rally
And my
behind him.
problem with Otto is
You
you didn't make Kudus a captain in a team that was thriving.
yes,
You made Kudus a captain in a team that was failing.
Failing.
And the major failings were tactical and coaching.
which
So-
you should have accepted.
Which you should solve.
Yes.
So you have
So
actually
you also haven't helped the
you
player.
haven't done your bit, so you can't blame the player. Today you made Jordan captain, and you still have not qualified for the Afcon. So
Yeah, he's gone.
Otto's eagerness to
Look.
create his own team and make the Black Stars look like he's stuck with Elijah Owusu. There's no Baba. What's the game? The midfielder. Baba Idrisu
Yeah.
coming in. It doesn't matter how well he will play. He won't play because he's moved away from those. Like in his mind, he's creating his own team. And in his mind, the leader of that team should be Mohamed Kudus. And that has backfired
Well,
on him.
we are
And all
telling
of a
him
sudden,
that it was a bad decision.
Oh, no, but clearly.
It's created.
He has to leave.
It's
Clearly.
It's made.
He has
Bottom
to go.
line is you think
he has to go. He has to go. No more. Look, like Quentin said, Donald Trump.
He's waiting.
What? Me, I'll go and watch the World Cup. The other day we were talking about it in the car. Since I came back from the States, I've not gone back. I just want to go. My brother.
Since you left Tennessee, you haven't seen the States.
I've not gone back. This is an opportunity. There are people at the American embassy. I'll be coming there for my visa.
You don't have problem.
You understand? So I'm not going to Black Stars or no Black Stars. I will go and watch the World Cup. But it will be an honor,
Of course.
to rep the red, gold, green with the star, the black star in the middle.
They just even released New Jersey.
What are you talking about? I'll have to be there and support my country.
Okay.
You sit here,
just
you
in
destroy
matches.
our team.
I
He has
promised
to
Coach and Ticho and everybody that we'll end this at 11:30.
Yeah, we have to go to sleep.
It's 11:32, so we're gonna end it.
Yep.
This is just a quick skirmishes. that
After
we have to do.
Monday, we'll come.
Yeah, after
Charlie,
Monday.
we had 1.8k viewers, Charlie.
We are grateful.
Live
I've been
views.
disappointed in you like this,
1.9
Charlie.
right
Guys,
now while we are about to
1.9.
close.
Charlie, guys, thank you very much.
Listen, guys, we appreciate you. It's coming up to midnight. Where Coach lives is far. Where he lives, Sicho lives is far. Where Cranton lives is far. Where I live is far. We have long journeys to go. Our studio is somewhere else, far away from where we all live, and we need to go home. Tomorrow there are funerals, there are weddings.
There's a show.
there's
Have
a-
an early morning show.
And then Cranton has an 8 a.m. show. That's true. Joy Prime. Tune in tomorrow. We will continue that conversation there. Lamentations on Joy Prime on TV. It streams on YouTube, right?
Yep.
So you can catch that show in the morning at 8 a.m. But we're going to leave this here. We totally, fully appreciate you guys for joining us. We peaked at 1.9k live viewers.
That's
almost 2,000 people watching. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We will record another episode. This time around, a recorded episode that we'll upload. Because the game is on Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have enough time to record and then upload that particular one for you with our views on. And in that episode, we will look at strategic points, decisions that we must make now that we have
salvage our world.
Exactly, to salvage our football. So we all come here with solutions. No more lamentations. We've had that. We've had enough of that. We'll come with solution points. Everybody will have a state of Ghana football address sort of thing. Nimli would bring his suggestions, his 5-point master plan, Sicho's 5-point master plan, Kranting, Achu, me, and then
Angola's model. You know what? Then go tweet.
The Angola. I know that account. Don't mind them.
Say goodbye, Ghana.
Aye. Don't mind it. You know, they took it to Nigeria at the Afcon. You know, they played there. They roasted, they stopped. Anyway, so, guys, that's that. Thank you so much. This has been Mallam Go by Betway. I'm Fentio. This is Christopher. That's Philip. And this is Daniel. We'll be back again next time. Cheers, guys.
Atu should write the exams well tomorrow.
Yes.
All the best to Atu.
Man was not here because he has exams on Saturday too. So he's studying. He's studying.
The Black Stars are there misbehaving.
I don't even know if he will have the heart to study.
No, he will study
this evening.
Otoado and Cole, he shouldn't study.
He doesn't care about
that.
So that's that. Thank you guys so much once again. We appreciate you, Koftan Babes, and all the other people that tune in. For all of you who kept the live chat going, somebody had said my head like to move bad roads. I think I'm like that. No problem.
And Charlie, finally, sad story. Coach Michael has said. I'm sure all of us here have worked with him before. The Ghana Premier League.
Former Kumasi
Such a sweet
condolences to his family and everybody who's affected. Brilliant guy, lovely guy.
My brother.
Never knew.
The first time I spoke.
Never knew.
It's been a while since I spoke to him, but
never knew he was sick.
He was a coach in the Ghana Premier League only last season.
No, he was coaching BBN Gold Stars. Yeah. I mean, when I was running commentary, we went to BBN. He gave us a very nice
last season.
No, last season was their coach. Yes,
when he was coaching the Black Matches alongside Tanko.
Yes.
Look, anytime I got to the camp there, the sort of
he's just a nice man.
He's
a wonderful man.
The way he welcomed me, I said, wow, this man.
Humble, down to earth, great conversations all the time, very knowledgeable. Was invested in himself. Every time there's the break from the league, he flies out of the country to go and learn, do a refresher courses.
It's a huge blow to some of us.
And so I mean, condolences to everybody who's affected, to the family, to the whole football family in Ghana.
Somebody said that we peaked at 2.2k. Maybe at that time we were all not monitoring.
We were drinking
Coke and pizza. We were drinking Coke and pizza. Anyway, Michael Osei, former Kotoko player and coach, a Ghana Premier League legend, and a former national team coach, passed away in London today at the age of 57.
Young man.
And we wish him and his family, we wish him a restful place, that the Almighty will rest his soul, and the Almighty will give his family strength and wisdom and protection to go through this very difficult phase. So this is from all of us here at Mallam Go Podcast.
Condolences.
We extend our condolences to the family, and then also we wish Michael a very peaceful rest in the bosom of the Lord. That's our show this evening. Thank you so much for watching once again. We'll be back next week. Cheers.